Two-time U.S. Open 9-ball champion. Dynamite, Darren, Appleton.
I came from the mud.
Looks good. Looks good. It is good.
Most important one was winning the World 10-ball championship because it's everyone's dream to be world champion.
Couldn't go into the edge of this.
I'm a grinder, fighter, play with a lot of emotion, a lot of art. Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to speak about a subject what's on everyone's lips right now, especially more so in recent times than ever, but it's always been there, but especially now recent times it's constantly getting talked about, and that is the magic rack versus the wood rack. What is the answer? What is the way forward? What's the advantages and disadvantages of using the magic rack, and what's the advantages and disadvantages of using the wood rack? Myself and most of the players have got the opinion of that we all should get the same rack and not have the referee have too much power or the player have too much power by racking with a wood rack, because then it's very difficult to rack the balls, and in pool especially 9-ball and 10-ball, the break shot alone is about 50-60% of the game. So it's massively important that we get it right going forward. It's very important that we get structures to the game and one set of rules, one set of breaking rules for 9-ball and 10-ball, and basically get rid of all these silly players meetings we keep having at all these tournaments. I've never understood it. It shouldn't happen. It doesn't happen in any other sport, so it shouldn't happen in pool. So anyway, I'm going to do some demonstrations and show you why we should be using the magic rack, in my opinion, over the wood rack. Well, let's do some demonstrations. We're going to start with the one ball on the spot using the racking template. So when you watch a lot of the TV events, especially any WPA sanctioned event or like a lot of the matchroom events, they have the one ball on the spot, which is in line with this middle diamond here, using a racking template. So all the balls are pretty much frozen. I mean, it's hard to not get the ball frozen. And I put the blue 2-ball on the wing, the corner ball we call it, and that is 99.9% guaranteed to go in this pocket. Depending on how you hit the break, you have a good chance of making the one in the side as well. So if you hit them quite hard, you usually average about 2 or 3 balls on the break. Sometimes you might make 4 or 5, maybe less. But then if you hit like a medium soft break or a cut break, you're sort of guaranteed 1 or 2 balls. But it looks like right now players are hitting the break a little bit harder just to get more movement on the balls. And because we're playing this way all the time, the players are controlling the cue ball so well, so you're seeing very little scratches. So the benefit and disadvantage at the same time is that by playing with the magic rack and the one on the spot, you don't need to hit the break too hard, so you can control the cue ball a lot easier than you can any other break. So anyway, let's hit a few different types of breaks and we'll look at the results afterwards. Right, so first break, I'm going to try and hit these quite hard and let's see what happens. Keep your eyes on that 2-ball, the corner ball, the blue. So as you can see there, the 2-ball flew in the corner, made the 1-ball also, made another ball, 6 balls left, pretty good layout, just one little tricky positional shot to get to the 5 and then I'm sort of out. The good thing with the magic rack as well is that the 9-ball stays somewhere around its own spot. But anyway, let's do some more. Right, so you could see the results with the racking template, the magic rack with a 1-ball on the spot. You could see that the blue 2 was flying in the corner every time, and I pretty much had a shot after every break. So the break was pretty simple. This time I've racked with a wood rack, metal rack in this case. Again, 1-ball on the spot. Keep your eyes on the blue 2 to see if it goes in the corner. And because it's not a magic rack, I think all the players feel like they've got to hit the break harder. So let's see what the results are. Right then, so you could see there the massive difference between using the magic rack versus the wood rack playing one ball on the spot. So now let's go to the 9-ball on the spot. All the times we do play with 9-ball on the spot, we use a template because the break's a lot tougher really to get a ball in the pocket and get control of the cue ball and have an open shot. So this time the 9-ball's on the spot in line with this middle diamond. So the only real way of making the corner ball, which is a 2-ball, is by playing a cut break. So we hit the 1 ball a little bit thinner, try and get the cue ball between these 2 diamonds and out to the middle of the table, which is quite difficult because the cue ball usually gets kissed. Or you might make the 1 in the side. Where hitting them full, you're not going to make the corner ball, and the chances of making the 1 ball are a lot slimmer also. So you need a lot of luck to make a ball on the break. But the first break only, I'm going to hit them full just to show you. Right, so I'm going to hit them full just to show you that you can't make the corner ball, which is the blue 2, hitting the 1 ball square in the face. So as you can see there, I didn't make the corner ball. So then you're just relying on luck to make a random ball, and I managed to make one. But usually you're going to come up dry more times than you don't. So that's why we cut break playing 9-ball. Right, so as you could see there, I didn't make the 2-ball in the corner, hitting the break full, hitting the 1 ball full in the face with the 9-ball on the spot. So this time, I'm going to break the way we all break, playing 9-ball on the spot, and that's cutting the 1 ball. So I want the cue ball to come between these 2 diamonds, really. Ideally, try and get the cue ball in the middle of the table, but it's very difficult. It usually gets kissed or something, but also just to feel that speed is very difficult. So I'm going to play low on the cue ball with a bit of right English. So on the clock face, probably like 4 p.m, 5 p.m. on the clock face of the cue ball. And I'm going to try and squeeze the 2-ball into the corner. So keep your eyes on the blue 2. So, and I'm going to play this like medium, probably like 70% power, 60-70% power. And for whatever reason, the physics, it just throws that ball into the corner. Usually, it doesn't all the time. It's not guaranteed like it is with a 1-ball on the spot. But if I don't make the wing ball, I know I have a good chance of making the 1 in the side. But this is the most random layout after the break, and I think the fairest way of playing 9-ball. So let's try a few cut breaks. So keep your eyes on the 2-ball. Right, so you could see the big difference there with breaking with a 9-ball on the spot, but we'll go over it later and review it. So let's go into the 10-ball with the magic rack and the wood rack. So let's go into the 10-ball. We're going to start with the template, the racking template, 10-ball. So I've set the balls up a certain way so that you can track the balls. So the key here is that I always usually break just a little bit to the right of the centre. I don't put it in the centre because if there's a divot there, then that's no good because it's going to jump in the air and that's dangerous. So I always put it a little bit to the right and then I adjust if I need to adjust. So the key here is that I'm trying to make, again, when we're playing 10-ball, there's certain balls we're targeting. So I'm trying to make the 2-ball into this side pocket, the blue 2, or I might even make the red 3 in this side pocket. So keep your eyes on these 2 balls, very important. The 1 ball should go at table, so if I can get the cue ball past the side pocket, then there's a pretty decent chance I'm going to get a shot on the 1 ball. But also, keep your eyes on the purple 4 and the orange 5, because what happens is that if these don't get kissed, they go 4 rails, and there's a chance of the 5 going in that pocket, or there's a chance of the 4 ball, the purple 4, going off 4 rails and going in this pocket. So I'll hit a few breaks, and a couple of medium speed and a couple of hard ones, and let's see what the results are. Right, so let's do a quick recap and analyse what happened really. So we started with the magic rack, one ball on the spot. The advantage there is that you're guaranteed balls on the break. It's quite easy to control the cue ball, and you've got a lot more chance of getting a shot after the break playing with a magic rack one ball than any other 9-ball break. I was making the corner ball every time, getting good splits. But the advantages is that you do get a good rack, but the disadvantage really is that it's too easy. Then we went to the wood rack with a one ball on the spot. It was all negative really as far as I'm concerned. It was hard to rack the balls. I had quite a few dry breaks, even though I hit the breaks really good. Only made the corner ball once. 9 balls getting moved around because they're not froze. So yeah, just only disadvantages I think with the wood rack. Then we went to 9-ball on the spot with the magic rack, and the advantages there is that I made the corner ball I think 2 out of 4. Made the one ball about 75% of the time. And the advantage and disadvantage is that you get a good split of the balls, but you're not sure which is going to be the lowest ball left on the table. Plus, it's a lot harder to control the cue ball with the 9-ball on the spot compared to, let's say, 1 on the spot. So the only disadvantage is that you're probably less chance of having a shot after the break compared to playing the 1 ball on the spot. But I think with a professional level, it's the best and the fair way of playing 9-ball. Then we go to 10-ball, and it's a no-brainer really. It started with a magic rack. I was making my target balls. The 10-ball break in general is a lot harder than 9-ball anyway. I was getting good splits, but it was still random whether I get a shot after the break, probably 50-50. But yeah, definitely the best way to play 10-ball. With the wood rack, I only saw disadvantages and negatives. I was breaking the balls really good, but there was hardly moving, so hard to get them touching. I had a lot of dry breaks. One break, I hit the 1 ball really hard and it didn't even move. So yeah, definitely magic rack over wood rack. So what is the perfect rack, and what's the conclusion? So after everything we've seen, what is the perfect rack? It's a tricky one. I think 10-ball, for me, it's a no-brainer. We can't use a regular rack because, same as 9-ball with a regular rack really, you can't give that responsibility to the referee. Because like I said before, 9-ball and 10-ball, the game is about, the break shot alone is about 50 to 60% of the game, especially at pro level. It's such a massive shot in the game. So giving that responsibility to the referee is not a good thing. The players should never get punished for a good break, and we all should get the same rack, and we all should be on the same. We all should be on the same level playing field. I'm a big believer in that. Always have been and always will be. That we all should get the same rack, and we all should be given the same opportunity. Because it's easy for the referee to accidentally give me a good rack, but accidentally give my opponent a bad rack, and vice versa. And it happens over and over again. I've played thousands of racks, racked thousands of balls. I've slug racked myself loads of times and cost myself money, you know what I mean, and cost myself tournaments, and vice versa with my opponents, or the referees have cost me, or the referees got me out of jail. But it shouldn't be that way. We all should get the same rack, and it should be fair play for everyone. So 10-ball, definitely a racking template or the magic rack. So what I mean by a racking template, you get those racking templates like a racking mat, and you can tap all the balls in. You make small indentations into the cloth so that the balls roll in. The promoters can still use their rack, like a Rasson rack or a Predator rack or a Delta rack. You can put the balls in a rack, roll them up, and they fall into their place. All you have to do then is just get your hands and just make sure they're frozen. Give yourself a good rack. Or we use the magic rack, whether it's 9-ball or 10-ball. So what is the best rack? So 10-ball, I think it's a no-brainer. We have to use a racking template. It's the fairest way and the best way of playing. 9-ball, for me, the problem with the 1 ball on the spot, the break is too easy. And playing winner break is brutal because In these race to 9s, race to 11s, we're seeing a lot of one-sided matches, 9-1, 9-2, 11-2, 11-1, good players against good players, because the other guy's just not getting out of his chair. People running 5, 6, 7 racks easy. And it's, like I said, the break's too easy to control the cue ball. You're seeing less drama because of that. So for me, the only way to play one ball on the spot would be alternate break with a maximum of 4-inch pockets and break inside the box. So that would be from this diamond to this diamond, because then at least the corner ball's not as guaranteed, and it's a little bit harder to control the cue ball. So even playing winner break wouldn't be a disaster, breaking inside the box with 4-inch pockets. But for me, the only way to play the one ball on the spot is alternate break, 4-inch pockets, and break inside the box. But I think the best way of playing 9-ball, the toughest test, and something what probably 80% of the players prefer, is 9-ball on the spot. The reason why, because yeah, you probably make balls on the break, probably make the one ball in the side as well, but it's the toughest break regards controlling the cue ball, and you've less chance of knowing where the lowest ball is going to land after the break. So you've probably got a 50% chance of having an open shot on the lowest ball after the break. So that means you're going to play 1 or 2 extra safeties. There's going to be a little bit more skill involved, a bit more creativity, and trying to beat your opponent to the shot a little bit more often than let's say one on the spot, where it's just like a break and run fest really. So definitely 9-ball on the spot, whether it's winner break or alternate break, for me is the best way to go. Whether that's on 4-inch pockets or 4 1/4, I think that's okay. Breaking from behind the line is okay, but my perfect preferred choice is to break inside the box, 9-ball on the spot with a racking template or a magic rack. Winner break or alternate break, I don't really mind. And yeah, I think that's definitely the way forward in my opinion, and I think probably 80% of the professional players. I think it's the fairest test and the toughest test. The only little disadvantage I see is that, yeah, we've got to cut the break, so you're not seeing that big power break hitting the one ball full in the face. But at the end of the day, the guys just want a fair opportunity, play under the toughest conditions, and playing with a 9-ball on the spot is definitely the best test for all the professional pool players. But anyway, let us know what you think. What's your preferred way, and what you think should be the best way for the professionals to play. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.